Alright, so I get this now, okay? I get this now. Alright, it's all because of the W, okay? Now, what I think is going on here is the W is 13 cells, and the M is a lot more than 13 cells. It's 13 ones in it. It's the 13th letter of the alphabet. I think that the energy produced by this small w is equal to the energy produced by this large W, thus creating two 13s or 26 or balance. You know, you finally got back to N. So N is going to be somehow sucked back towards source. Okay? That is all that this is depicting. And I'll get to that in a second. Okay, so this is what I think is happening, okay? Okay, by the way, I found 11,732 again. But this is what I think is happening. In order for the W to balance with the M, okay, it's not going to be a recognizable character in their English alphabet, okay? It's going to be contorted, okay? What I think is going to happen is the M is going to rotate 66, well, whatever, like 90 degrees plus 45 degrees, 135 degrees, 135 degrees, 135 degrees, isn't that what like plants grow at? The angle between the, isn't it the Freemasonic number? 137 perhaps? 136 perhaps? I don't know. Let's just go with 135 degrees. So the M moves 135 degrees like this. And the W is going to move 135 degrees, or the rest. The 180 minus 135 would be 45. Yeah, 45 degrees this way. So if the W moves 45 degrees this way and the M moves 135 degrees this way, the MA is going to get smaller, and again, it won't be recognizable, it'll be a different direction. So how does the M get smaller? Okay, well this is an M of 3, this is an M of 9. Now the only way I can see that you can get balance would be to go half the distance. So going from this 3 to this 11 would line exactly up with Armageddon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's say you make a 5 by 5 M. Let's just say a 5 by 5 M. And that gets rotated and sucked to source. Now, because the capital M is going away, the only reason that this column is here and this row is here is because of this capital M. The row on the bottom is only created to support these two little sticky outy bits of the M, whereas this whole column is created for, like, you know, a major portion of the M. So what happens is this 9 by 9 matrix is going to be reduced, okay? You're going to get rid of, you're going to collapse the infinite, okay? You're going to collapse the infinite, and that infinite is going to remain here, and remain here, but be collapsed on the bottom and on this side, the left side, okay? Thus creating an 8 by 8 box containing a 7 by 7 set of numbers. Now see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Creating a 1 of 7. Now, interesting. Yeah, sorry. I excluded this column and this column because, first of all, the top row is not part of the M, and this row, since we're collapsing it, and it's all ones anyways, and there's 10 of them. Oh, how many are there? 8 of them. We're collapsing the 8th dimension. Okay, like, I'm not gonna get rid of this row. Nah, that's all I'm gonna leave it at that. So this is actually what happens. Okay, remember when I was talking about, okay, the creation of the hypercube. Okay, remember the Titans. Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, solid, liquid, gas, creates a cube within a cube within a cube. It's a hypercube. The last cell to be created in the hypercube is the giant V of 1 by 4s created by the 13. Okay? Now, what I see here in this depiction, okay, is there's your source, okay? After you make the M over here and this collapses and gets sucked in, we're gonna look at this quadrant, okay? So what actually happens is here's your 8 by 8. Okay, start from this brown dot and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So here's your 8 by 8. And that red dot and all the cells to the edge, and all the cells to the edge are your 7 by 7, and that's your 76. Now check it out. 76, 1, 2, 3. 76, 1, 2, 3. This one's gone. It's not gone, it just moved over here. Okay, so now that means that the M got sucked back into source, which is at this. But what I'm seeing here, it looks kind of like there's an M, red to red, and there's also an M kind of like behind it, like an M and an M. It kind of looks like a 33. So it's like the M and the W have become the same size. They've both rotated, and you have 2 of them. And they are going to be 3 high and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide. Remember we said the M will be 5 wide? It's not really 3 because of the back, but not only that, okay, so if this is your 7, okay, that's your 7, this is your 7, okay? It's the 3 and the 3 and the 3 and 3. So here's your 49 gates. These are your 49 gates. Now look at that. Heaven and the earth, or the matrix, are the same size. That's very interesting. We've collapsed the M and the W. We've shot our smaller, our 5 and 3 M at a 45 degree towards source. Okay. Now let's look at it from a grander scheme. Okay, because now we have to talk about all 4 quadrants. We have to talk about truth, bullshit, 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 or whatever. Maybe it's flipped, you know. So, how far are they apart? So from this red dot to this red dot, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No kidding. 11,700, you know. Now if we go from this brown dot and go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, we arrive on Pluto. Okay, Pluto would be the solids, okay, the lord of the underworld. Because this is the Earth. But, you know, you have three here and 3 here, but here is only 2. You know? 11, 7, 3, 2. 11, 7, you know, 3, 2. Quinky dink. But I do find it neat that, like, you know, maybe that's what creates the new suck, because now what we've created is a 13. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We've created a 26 by 26 matrix. Look at that. You create a 26 by 26 matrix once you make the M, which is the 13. But you can only get out of here. You know, there's always a feedback loop. It's got to go back to source. The only way you get out of the feedback loop back to source is if you balance the masculine with the divine feminine, creating this 33. Remember the Titans. 3 makes 4 makes 5. Makes 6. And everything's a 7. 5 sevens. 4 sevens, really 28. And a different 7. Doesn't it look like axles with magnets on the ends? Containing a black hole. You'd have one coming in and out of the plane. No. From the scary cat to the walls is 7.8, perhaps 3 millimeters. Approximately 15.7 millimeters. Yeah, that's a 76, that's for sure. That means that the Earth would be 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. So this would be the Earth, these 3 cells right here. This is 7, 13, 110. And that makes Armageddon. That one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. 1, 4, 5, 6, 0. Which makes that your capstone. When you put a capstone there, look at that, you're making a 5x4 V. It's like a V, that's probably a 5x5, but it's on an angle. So this one like looks smaller. You're just making V's. Anyway. So yeah, like when I made this, I obviously like extrapolated, did some math, did some Seidler stuff, kind of reverse engineered things, and created the 9x9 before I should have. I should only have created the 9x9 after I understood more of the Armageddon stuff, more of the last stuff I've been doing, maybe in the last, I don't know, 2 weeks. As this has been on my whiteboard for about 2-3 months now, okay? Like, I'm not expecting you to understand dimensions as rows and columns and how everything is folded right away, okay? I'm a little different when it comes to thinking. I have a lot of experience in life that, you know, goes with that thinking. Kind of looks like the faces here, in and out, the 6 faces, and then your 8 vertices, but you have to depict them like this is it depicted flat, but you have to understand that you're gonna have them like this, and like this, and like this, and like this, or something. It's literally it, man. That is what's on my whiteboard. $5,000. And that M gets sucked up into here. At a reduced scale of, I don't know, 3 and 5. Why not? Meaning the 3 wheels on the faces and the 5 wheels on the vertices. Okay, Lord of the Underworld is Pluto. And Pluton. Yeah, the M goes right up to the barrier of magnets. It totally looks like a magnet. This is a magnet, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm surprised. And there's the thing that's holding it on the axle. And this is the dead space. Huh. That's what the black bombs are. They're dead space. This is how the 3-phase energy is entering or exiting. Huh. Anyway, food for thought. Yeah, and by the way, my last video when I did that math, I'm just gonna make a video ending with that. Why not? Yeah, my videos are terrible. It's like worse than the Blair Witch Project. Okay, this crap. If you literally add up all those numbers. Okay, if you subtract the biggest number here because it's a 69, okay? If you just subtract this number and you subtract 1, 4, 5, 6, not the 0 because I couldn't find another 16, so this would be 4 and 6 is 10, 5 and 1 is 6, so 16. I can't find another 16 anywhere. But if you take this number and you subtract 6436 and you subtract 16, you get 5,280, which is exactly how many feet are in a mile. Why? I don't know yet. Soon.